Hey guys, this read is going to be for Taurus. Let's jump into it. Let's see what the universe has to say to you guys today. So universe, what messages do you have for Taurus? So you got some guidance, some advice. Oh, I guess she does. So let's see what she's got for you guys. We have intuition, fertility, firm foundation, new beginnings, and spiritual union. So definitely feel like we're going to be speaking about a new relationship and growing and nurturing that relationship, setting down a firm foundation for the future. Got power, memories of love, light, emotional withdrawal, and the crown chakra, which tends to represent spirituality. I think to me it represents this connection that you have with this person. So I think you know what, I don't think we are talking about a new relationship. I think we're talking about an existing long-term relationship and a new beginning in that relationship. And I think that's what the memories of love speaks to, that we're getting back to sort of, I don't even want to call it that honeymoon feel, but back before the stresses really sort of took their toll, when you guys just very much enjoyed each other's company and there wasn't anything else to worry about. I think we're working on getting back to that. And the emotional withdrawal, I think, speaks of the issues that you guys were having, maybe just slowly drifting apart, which can sometimes happen in life when everybody gets busy, and you sort of lose focus of the home life. I have the Magician card here, and he represents having all the tools that you need to be successful. And to me, he also speaks of this memories of love and getting back to what it used to be. I have the Ace of Cups, which represents new beginnings as well, and it speaks of relationships and emotion. So I think you're renewing your emotional connection with this person. I have the Eight of Cups as well, which represents moving forward, a positive journey forward. I think it ties in with the new beginnings. I think it also ties in with the emotional withdrawal and letting go of all the stuff that doesn't really matter and focusing on what does matter. Home and family. Home is the word that I get when I look at the Ten of Pentacles. Family is the word I get when I look at the Six of Cups. I have a feeling it's not the two of you. I feel like you guys have a family. I have the Seven of Cups, which represents choice and choosing wisely. I have the Moon as well, which represents things that are still hidden that you haven't discovered yet. I have it next to the Devil card. And sometimes the Devil card will represent a person with a destructive energy. I don't feel like that's the case here. I don't feel like we're talking about a person. I feel like we're talking more about emotions and stress. I see the word stress when I look at him. I think the stresses of life and allowing yourself to not focus on those and to focus more on family and the positivity and all the good things that you have in your life. I have the World card as well. The World card is a good omen to me. She represents good things coming your way. Things that you've worked hard for, things that you've earned. I feel like that's in your family and in your relationship and having peace of home. Page of Pentacles too, and I just get I get a learning vibe off of him. I'm not sure yet if it's academic or if it's learning a new way of being and learning to let go of the past. But I feel like it's very positively aspected. I also have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight tends to represent something you've been working towards for a long time coming to fruition. So I feel like you guys have sort of been struggling with this for a little while, maybe just going through the motions, focused on all the bills have to get paid, you got to go to work every day, the kids got to get fed, the laundry has to get done, and you sort of just got lost in sort of just every day going through the same thing and the same thing. And it's time to start seeing things in a new light and start focusing on all the positive stuff. I have the Ace of Wands, and it can represent new beginnings. I feel like it represents a new passion, a new way of being in your relationship. I have the Seven of Wands, which can speak of standing up for your ideals. And I think that's part of this too. So the home life is an ideal. So it's standing up for your home life, making sure that you're putting the time back into your family. The time and the focus, the energy as well. So you're not just being there, you're actually being engaged, and the whole family is being engaged. I have the Four of Swords as well. The Four of Swords tends to represent taking time for reflection, rest, and rejuvenating. I have the Lover's card, and I feel like the Lover's card ties in with the Ace of Wands and sort of renewing the passion in your relationship, taking time to reconnect with your partner, not just on an emotional or spiritual level, but on a physical level as well, getting that spark, putting that spark back into the relationship. That's what I get from that. I have the Eight of Swords. She represents being stuck in negative emotions or thoughts, having trouble finding clarity in a situation. And I feel like this is where you guys were at, trying to figure out how to even start the conversation about, okay, I've noticed that this is where we are, and I would like to get back to here, and how are we going to do that? And having trouble finding the words to say it. The Hanging Man, to me, represents you allowing yourself to stand in the way of your own happiness, you holding yourself back. And I think it ties into the Eight of Swords and this conversation that you need to have with your partner, or that you did have with your partner. I think it speaks to now though as well. I feel like it speaks to allowing yourself to slip back into those old habits, and that will hold you back from the positive forward progress that you've made. I have the Ace of Swords, which represents triumph. And I feel like he ties into the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, I see an emotional reconnection and a deepening of the emotional bond that you have with your partner and with your family as well. I have the Five of Pentacles here, and it tends to represent financial hardship, and I feel like that is part of what was going on, and that was why more time or energy was given to work and less to the family. It wasn't because you didn't care or your partner didn't care. It was because you were trying to keep everything afloat. You guys were trying to keep going, trying to survive, trying to get ahead. I feel like it definitely caused some bickering, definitely caused some conflict in there. I have the Star card, and to me she represents clarity and hope. And I almost feel like, see, I have the Knight of Swords too, and to me he feels like truth and integrity. I feel like he ties into the Five of Wands. I feel like it all ties into these conversations that you're going to have with your partner and about changing. And maybe people are worried about money. And it's like, we don't have time, we can't afford to let up, we just have to keep going, blah, 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 and people have a difference of opinions. And instead of arguing about it, being able to hear the other person, choosing your words carefully so that they're able to hear you and nobody's getting defensive. Because the Five of Wands can also speak of using diplomacy in arguments and in conflict as well. So I feel like that's part of it as well. I feel like it speaks to the conversations that you guys need to have, that you're both careful about how you do it so that the other person can really hear what you have to say and you can really make progress and not get bogged down in any kind of negative emotions. So I have the Two of Wands here, and the Two of Wands represents choosing a path. And I do believe that's what you're doing. You guys are choosing a new path in your relationship, a path that's going to lead to a lot more emotional abundance and abundance in the home life. Because I feel like you've been striving for the financial part. I have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles usually speaks of a wealth. So I feel like that part is going to, like, you guys are headed in the right direction. I don't think you're broke or destitute. I think you guys were having a rough time. I think all the hard work has paid off. And that part of it will be improving, which will allow you to take more time for the family as well. But you definitely need to make that time and make that effort and make that connection. I have patience, hope, suffering in silence, and positive movement forward. So I feel like suffering in silence also ties into the emotional withdrawal and sort of where you guys were at, not talking, not connecting, just going through the motions. And being able to break free of that and communicate your thoughts and your feelings to each other. I believe patience also ties in with the Five of Wands and having patience with each other and treating each other with respect and love and kindness and being able to work through these issues together as a team. I think hope speaks to your end result in the future, and the positive movement forward is encouragement to keep with the changes that you've been doing, and working together as a couple and getting that passion back and making more time and putting more energy into the home life so that everybody's happy. That's what this read says to me. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to comment because I love hearing from you guys. Take care.